is interesting because remember in the miracle card, someone is claiming to believe in miracles, but then they take the approach of, I'll believe it when I see it, right? It makes me think of this energy here because this is somebody who's trying to hit the bullseye, but they're blindfolded. Like, how are you going to do that? And I think that in this case, the bullseye is a specific goal, but they're blind about how to reach that goal. They may be giving too much of the energy. This could either be to children, friends, family. But ultimately, nobody's forcing them to. This is a decision that they're taking all by themselves. So I think with the Chariot, this is Cancerian energy, by the way. With the Chariot here, someone has possibly given everything to family because it's Cancerian energy. But it doesn't have to be blood family because remember, with Cancer energy, anybody that Cancer considers really close to them is now their family. So people close to them. Somebody has given everything, but the only way they can maintain this energy of generosity is by not pursuing the things that they want to do. So with the Page of Wands, something here is sparking their curiosity. One of my favorite things about this specific deck is that it has cats in almost every image, if not every image. And cats are very curious creatures. You already know if they see something wiggling or shiny, they want to go play with it. They don't know what it is, but they want to go investigate it. So I feel like that comes up here. Because here you see the cat going down this path and looking back, almost imploring this person, are you coming with me? Come on. Somebody here is contemplating taking a path they haven't explored yet. Now, the Ace of Wands reversed, but the Ace of Wands, if you look at this, it's creativity, right? We see a book being written, a map. Sorry. We see sprouts, we see a paintbrush, music, a paint, I think that's called a palette. I'm not sure. I'm not an artist, so don't quote me on that. But either way, they've had to repress their own desires, their own inspiration to be able to be the giver to whoever their family group is. So with the Seven of Pentacles, it's learning to invest in themselves again. Someone here is finally stepping into the energy of, I want to give to me. I'm done being the person that's the victim. I'm done being the person, because I also feel with the Ten of Swords being here, they might have always been like, yeah, everybody always wants me to do stuff for them. Everybody always does this. Like, they complain, but they also set themselves up to be that person for everyone else. They're the ones that assumed that role. But it's like they're upset that nobody else thinks of them. And I'm saying this as somebody who is a giver, that is the weak spot of some givers, where especially when we're pretty young and immature, we tend to give and expect that somebody think of us. But bottom line, our lesson in this lifetime as givers is that if we don't think of ourselves, almost nobody will. We are the ones that have to draw boundaries. Clarify the Chariot. Let's see. Clarify the Chariot. Got the Seven of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles. The Lovers. Four of Swords and the Eight of Wands, with the overall energy of the Page of Cups. So, again, it comes down to the same principle. Seven of Wands is having to set boundaries, stand your ground, defend your thoughts or your idea or whatever it is. But the Ten of Pentacles, I'm sorry, I don't know what. I didn't sleep super well last night, and I'm fine. I mean, it's not like it was that much I was lacking, but now I'm yawning, so I'm so sorry about that. But maybe that's, I was gonna say, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm channeling that, because I was fine before I started channeling. I was fine, and now I feel tired. So it could be that this person is just exhausted, because they're having to stand up with the Ten of Pentacles to people that is their stability. It's the people that they really care about. With the Lovers here, it could be their spouse, their boyfriend, their girlfriend, their children possibly. But somebody here is healing the piece of them that says, I have to give. Now they're sitting there thinking, yeah, but I have to give to me too. So they're speaking up. They're learning to communicate. They're having to make decisions on, okay, do I want to, you see how it says this way or that way? Do I want to do things this way, or do I want to do things that way? I have to decide, because if I don't, nobody else will choose what I want. I have to choose what I want. And again, the Page of Cups is artistic. This could be somebody who's had a really strong artistic streak all their life, and they suppressed it so that they could be practical and do what was good for everyone else. Clarify Page of Wands. Star. Clarify Page of Wands. With the Three of Wands. Clarify Page of Wands. And the Queen of Swords. You know who this is making me think of? The Death card. Have you ever heard of Susan Boyle? This is making me think of Susan Boyle. Susan Boyle didn't really follow her passion. If you look her up on YouTube, you can find where she went. I think she went on Britain's Got Talent. And one of the questions Simon asked her was like, what took you so long? Because I don't remember how old she was, but I think she was either in her late 30s or early 40s, I think. And he was like, what took you so long in pursuing your goal? And I don't remember her full answer, but I remember that I believe she was taking care of her mom who was ill. She had to do things for other people. So this is changing, because I feel like with the Five of Swords before, there was like some sort of fear that it was either one or the other. They could not have both things. If they chose stability, family, security, they had to let go of their artistic self. And if they chose this, they had to let go of their family. There was no in between. But it wasn't just that. It was also things inside of them that they had to figure out. Because this Page of Wands, part of what I think that they were uncomfortable with is possibly being in the spotlight, the star energy here. Because when you're in the spotlight, one of the reasons the star represents fame, that's why she's naked, is because you can't hide anything. It doesn't matter how much you try. People will find it. They will find out. And I think someone here was they were really worried about that. With the Queen of Swords, they might have been concerned about the reputation. Maybe they had a rocky love life and they were like, yeah, I don't want that coming onto the open, or whatever it was. There was fear about being perceived a certain way. And with the Death card, that's changing. They don't care anymore. Whether people gossip, whether people, they're starting to let go of that. They don't care. Clarify Ace of Wands reversed. Karma, which is the Judgment card. Clarify Ace of Wands reverse. Seven of Swords. Ten of Cups. I'm telling you, this is a Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. Doesn't have to be Earth. Could just be, this could be somebody who in their natal chart, if they don't have Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo placements, maybe they have really strong placements in the second house, which gives them a Taurian-like energy. or in the 6th house, which gives them a Virgo-like energy, or in the 10th house, which gives them a Capricorn energy, or they're at the degrees of those signs. It doesn't matter. This is somebody who used to, I say used to because when you suppress something for a long time, it takes time to reconnect to it. So I feel like they used to have a really strong creative streak. They used to be, really inspired. And they suppressed that, but karma makes me think of two different things. On one hand, I feel like this is something from a past life. They went through some experience in a past life that made in this life creativity turned out to be their challenge. Now that could be multiple things. We're not going to get into it because it's a general reading. But it's a karmic challenge to face their fear concerning fame, creativity. So they're trying to bring it back to life. They're trying to resurrect this Ace of Wands that they've been suppressing for so long. But they're also realizing with the Seven of Swords that they've sabotaged it a lot. Any opportunity they got. Because people who love you, people who are your family, and they know that you're really drawn to certain things, they'll most likely encourage you. People who really give a fuck, right? So I feel like these family members or friends or whoever it is that they really cared about, I think that they occasionally still open the door for this person to at least explore that. And I think this person would shut the door because it was like an all or nothing type of energy. If they can't do it for real, they just don't want to mess with it at all. And they realized they were sabotaging any opportunity to reconnect with that. All in the name of like, no, I just want to, I want to be in harmony. I want to keep things peaceful. I want to do this. They kept being the overgiver. But it was also an excuse to not fully focus on what they really wanted to focus on. Clarify Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, clarify Seven of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles. Okay. So we've got the Queen of Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Fool, the Empress, and the Six of Swords with the Five of Pentacles. This could be somebody who was a mother. And I'm saying was, not like her children passed away, knock on wood, right? But more like this was a full-time mother, taking care of kids, going to school. And that was always her excuse. Like, well, the kids have to do this, they have to do that. I have to take them to soccer practice. I have to worry about their college. I have to do this. And I feel like now her kids are grown and she doesn't have that excuse anymore. Now she's all alone. And it's put a lot of things into perspective for her. And if this still applies to you and you're not in that situation, then apply it however, it should be. But this is the strongest storyline I'm feeling. So that's what I'm going to go with. She's starting to realize I really need to think about what I value. Because I valued giving to others for so long. I don't even know. Outside of that, outside of being the giver, I don't know who I am. And if you are afraid of ever being in this position, you'll know. You'll know if you're in this position because if I ask you, what do you value about yourself? What do you love about yourself? And you start saying things like, I give to other people, I take care of other people, I'm loyal to other people. It means that your value is all about what other people are telling you is your value. You still don't know what's valuable within you. Think of valuable things that don't involve giving to other people. Or if you're maybe someone who's very self-centered and doesn't mean to be, you'll know if what you value in others is whether they give to you or not, instead of just who they are as a person. So this is somebody who's re-examining their values. With the Eight of Cups, they're walking away from this illusion they had of what their value, what their identity was based off of. Now they feel a little displaced. They feel a little bit like, I don't know who I am anymore, but I want to find out. I don't just want to be a mother. I want to be a woman. I want to be open to things. I want to explore. And I love that this person is showing up with Queen of Pentacles twice, Empress energy, because it is very sensual. It's like somebody rediscovering what are their favorite foods, because maybe for a long time, if their kids didn't like this or that, that just meant they wouldn't eat it. They didn't care about whether they liked it or not. It was about their kids or their spouse. And now they're starting to ask themselves, what do I like? What do I want to watch? What do I want to eat? What do I want to do? They're finally disconnecting from all that confusion that they were in. Clarify Queen of Pentacles. Clarify Queen of Pentacles. And I'm telling you, this person is also tired, because I was fine and now I'm just like, oof, I feel a heaviness. Clarify Queen of Pentacles. Look at that. I'm telling you. What did I say? What did I say? That's why the Eight of Cups let me know they were walking away from an illusion, because the 8 comes after the 7. And here's the 7. This illusion of not really knowing who they are. Hanged Man. Again, very much the energy of the martyr, the victim, the person who gives, the person who sacrifices. That's coming to an end. But it was like this person made that their entire identity. And you know what? I saw this thing once. I don't remember if it was a meme or it was a post, but it was online on social media. And somebody was saying that they went to this funeral and the things they were hearing the husband speak about, because his wife had passed away, he was basically talking about her like she was always someone who gave to us. She was always someone who did for us. And that person was sitting there horrified, like, oh my God, I hope that when I pass away, I do things I like too. I don't want to be like this person who lived their entire life for everyone else. And so nobody has anything to say about them except how much they received from this person. I'm going to be, yeah, I agree with that. I think that's horrifying. Because I think there was a lot of love, because we see the King and Queen of Pentacles twice, right? There was a lot of love between these two. There was a lot of desire. But I think this king might have been very strong-willed. And the queen, believing herself to be the perfect spouse, always gave in just to avoid a fight. Always gave in to avoid feeling like they were a bad wife or a bad girlfriend or whatever they are. But now they're stepping into their own willful energy. They're releasing themselves from this illusion that if I don't do this, I'm a bad person. They don't believe that anymore. Like, no, it's okay. If you feel betrayed, if you feel whatever, well, guess what? So do I. I'm done. I'm done pretending to be something I'm not. Clarify Ten of Swords. And remember, this isn't about gender. This could be the opposite. This could be a man doing this. It just shows up as a queen because they're very much in their giver energy and their feminine energy. Ace, look at that. What did I just say? Ace of Pentacles, Emperor. Clarify Ten of Swords. Oh, you know what, guys? Nine of Cups. This could also be a single mom, or somebody who's now a widow, and they've had to dedicate a lot of time and energy to either their parents, their children. And this Ace of Wands could represent the fact that they've also discovered that they have this strong attraction for someone. This is their match. They're showing up as Queen and King of Pentacles, Empress and Emperor. So if this person has been single for a really long time, possibly taking care of their children, taking care of everyone around them, They feel such a strong bond, a spiritual and emotional bond with whoever this person is that's coming in, that they want to explore it. They're tired of being the person that's the martyr, the giver. They want to be the receiver for once. And whoever's coming in, and honestly, this could go either way. This could be the king, the emperor, the one that's been giving, and now they want this queen. It doesn't matter. Either way, it still works. These are two people who are really well suited for each other. And whoever it is, whichever one of these two it is, that's living a life. Remember the song Numb of they're tired of being something they're not. They're tired of disappointing the people around them because they keep failing to fill a role because that's not where they want to be. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see. Let's look at the next row here. I still hear the song in my head. I've become so numb.